There's this some kind of a funkiness which defines Mississippi, which I don't think we can ever quite get Mississippi too shiny and polished, right? The funk continues to come through, and that's one of the things I think that when people come down here that it looks different, that things are not necessarily always in the best order down here. But that's a quality. I mean, driving through the Delta, seeing, not to romanticize poverty or anything like that, but there is this sort of overall funkiness in Mississippi, which people find to be pretty exotic. And the positive side of that funkiness, I think, is that which is expressed through musicians.
Blues is an original American art form from humble roots. It has shaken souls from Memphis to Chicago and Finland to Japan.
Have you ever noticed in every town, in every state, have a side of town that everything takes place?
My name is Grady Champion, and I want to take you back to where the blues began and where the blues are most definitely still alive. I want to take you to the Blues Underground.
If you don't understand why I want to be without you.
Me and the blues, or the blues and me, either way.
Either way it
goes.
goes.
I like that, the blues in me.
There you go.
That sounds like a song.
Sound like one you can start writing on tonight.
Yeah.
About being free without you. Never thought I would see the day that we would be.
Spent a lot of time with the blues in the school, and tell me why this is so important to you to go back to the school and make sure they get that education about the blues.
Blues in school is very important to me because just like myself, I was playing the blues, but didn't realize I was playing the blues.
Before you get left.
Talking to the lovely J.J. Timms. Tell me about being J.J. Timms.
When you look at women like Etta James, you listen to her music. Like she has, I just want to make love to you. I mean, she's just looking him in the face and saying, like, I don't care about nothing else you got going on. I just want to make love to you. And I know that you can be the man. I look at the way that you treat your girl, and you're like, wait a minute, the way you treat me. Saturday night sounds good to me. The song that has reached the #1 on Billboard charts.
Talk about it.
Yeah. The day that I recorded it, I got evicted out of my house. They kicked you out. Like, seriously, the day I recorded it, I got evicted. I was like, I came to the studio and Sam was looking at me like, what's wrong with you? And I was just like,
We don't laugh about it now.
yeah, but
what fun it is.
Show is fine.
My name is Scott Barretta, and the last name is Barretta. I've been very fortunate that in the last decade in Mississippi, we've had a really strong interest in blues history and the promotion of our blues heritage. I was fortunate coming to the University of Mississippi in 1999 to be the editor of Living Blues, and over the last decade, when they've been focusing so much on the blues, I've been fortunate to be able to lend my knowledge or perspective to a bunch of projects, notably the Mississippi Blues Trail, helped develop the B.B. King Museum and Interpretive Center, Indianola, and it's been a really wonderful task.
How you doing? This is Grady Champion, Blues Underground, here at the Underground 118 in Jackson, Mississippi, with Casey Light.
Nice to see you, Grady.
Welcome to the city.
By the time I got my pickup truck to run in,
Dr. John and leaders, I can see all the different influences that you have to make you what you are today. You dealt with a lot of fun, a lot of musicianship.
I gotta get them picked by the 4th of July.
Car and cranked up and hit the road, and that's where you end up. And different things affect you, life experiences, pain, grief, aggravation, happiness, joy. All of those are in your music. That's what it's about, telling the story. New Orleans.
New Orleans.
That is the business right there. You get those street beat, that old Indian thing going on.
A lot of the things I've been doing are, trying to bring blues knowledge to new audiences. So, for instance, for the Mississippi Arts Commission, I wrote a curriculum for the schools, and hopefully, we can try to get more information about blues to the young people.
Was the Southern Pacific and the Santa Fe.
Hustlers! Welcome to the set, guys.
Thanks, Rod.
Introduce yourself
Thank
to the CYK TV.
I'm a TB Ledford.
McGee, Mississippi.
Matthew McGee from McGee.
Matthew McGee from
That's what you call Warrington.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, well, tell us a little bit about you all getting together, creating this sound. I'm going to call it the Hustlers.
Jug band music, but you'll hear that fiddle playing all the way through it. Even if they're singing, they're always playing, and it's playing that kind of bluesy kind of feel to it.
That's right.
And when I play with these guys, I'm just trying to feel it the whole way through. And just
Get it.
Yep.
Mr. Silk, I want to know one thing.
Yes, sir, Dad.
Before I go any further, tell the world how you became Mr. Silk.
Well, basically, I've done gospel music for the last 22 years. Traveled all over the world, Russia, Europe, Italy, France, just doing gospel music, man. Also in the States, we did a lot of stuff in the States for the last 22 years. And me and the guys just decided to do something different, man. So basically, man, we went online, we saw this opportunity in Vicksburg to enter a blues challenge. So at that point, we was like 3 weeks old, man.
Well, I mean, one of the things is when I first heard about this new guy, Mr. Sip, and it's like, well, I'm pretty much a student of what's going on in the state. I've never heard of this guy. Who's this Mr. Sip, the Mississippi Blues Child? That sounds a little pretentious to be calling yourself the Mississippi Blues Child. But then you see him and it's like, damn, where the hell did this guy come from? And so I had to go ask him, as I do professionally, who are you? Where did you come from? And, he isn't too shy about saying, well, actually, I worked in gospel for a while. I started playing when I was 18 years old. I think after he got out of high school, he got on the bus, started touring with major gospel groups. So he kind of, in a sense, working with major gospel groups, there's a whole level of professional musicianship, which is kind of unmatched with blues nowadays. Most blues musicians don't go on tour week in and week out. There just aren't that many gigs. Gospel, in a sense, is a much more vibrant field. It's not one that has the visibility of the blues. But when I saw him, I just thought, man, this guy, he has to have been playing music somewhere else, because you can't. I can understand how a lot of guys sit in the basement and learn how to play the guitar. That's one thing, right? But learning how to play with other musicians, to get that vibrant sound, and then how to work the crowd, right? That it had to come from somewhere else, that I would have heard about.
Don't talk to me like I'm a beginner. This ain't my first day at school. No, have the accolades tonight. Yes, I'm gonna be alright.
Thank you.
You're not the only game in town.
They kind of snuck up on me, to be honest. I didn't have any real exposure to the blues early on. It was just church, my dad playing these songs, and whatever was on the radio. He would say, oh my God. And then I started listening to Chaka Khan. But in the meantime, before that came along, one of the most important songs was Misty Blue. And Dorothy Moore. At the time, I didn't even know who the song was by, but playing here at Underground one night I was playing and somebody told me she was in the audience. Oh my God. And afterwards, she paid me
the highest compliment I ever had. She said that I reminded her of Etta James. Etta James is one of my very favorites.
I was yours, you put me down. Now you're coming back around, but you lost what you had found.
What's been really interesting, I think, recently is that you're starting to see a larger audiences from other countries that didn't have that sort of penetration from blues-based rock that you had in the 60s and 70s. So, for instance, you're finding a lot more people from Eastern Europe, places like Turkey, maybe even Spain and Portugal, which were, not as influenced by the British-American axis in popular music.
And like a week later, I'm playing in a place in Germany, and who shows up backstage but Roy with a bottle of Irish whiskey, and he began talking to me about Ultimately, Roy is the one who arranged for me to sing on that album that has Jeff Beck, Robert Plant, Jules Holland, and Eddie Fairweather.
Only game inside.
Blues Underground with Grady Champion. We'll be right back.